So have you heard about the longest battle in history? It's been going on for about 2,400 years, and guess what? There's no sign of a winner yet. Yes, my friends, this is the legendary Battle of Sex. This epic saga is not fought with swords and shields, but with glances, words, and sometimes the silent treatment. It's an age-old tug of war that's been happening since the time of Plato, and it's still going strong. Now here's the kicker about this battle. It starts when a woman spreads her legs. That's right. It's like the starting gun at a race, except this race has no finish line. The competitors just keep running in circles, occasionally tripping over their own feet until they collapse from exhaustion and then get up to do it all over again. And let's not forget the strategies in this war. They're as diverse and unpredictable as the combatants themselves. For some, it's a game of chess, with every move carefully calculated. For others, it's more like a game of dodgeball, where you just throw things and hope for the best. But the most amusing part of this battle is that there's no clear winner. It's like watching two hamsters on a wheel, endlessly chasing each other but never quite catching up. And the spectators? Well, we're just here for the popcorn and the occasional chuckle. Now, don't get me wrong. This battle isn't always fun and games. There are moments of tension, frustration, and sometimes a few tears. But at the end of the day, it's all part of the dance. A dance that's been choreographed over centuries, with each generation adding its own unique moves. So, if you're in the thick of this battle, remember to keep your sense of humor. Because when you're fighting a war that has no end in sight, laughter is the best weapon you've got. And that, my friends, is the Battle of Sex, a never-ending saga with no winner in sight. Anyone up for a draw? Now, let's talk about the most appropriate definition of a woman, shall we? Picture this, a creature of remarkable versatility. Endowed with a physique that's a perplexing blend of lean and thick, she's a living, breathing paradox. Think of a body that's as slippery as a greased pig at a county fair, yet as comforting as a warm blanket on a chilly night. Her hair, oh, her hair. Imagine the finest silk spun by the world's most industrious silkworms, then multiply that by 100. That's the kind of hair we're talking about. It's a one-way ticket to a shampoo commercial, where the wind always blows in slow motion, and the sun always shines just right. Now let's not forget the slippery part. And no, we're not talking about her evading your attempts at winning an argument. Although, let's face it, that's a battle you're never going to win. No, we're talking about a woman's ability to slide into multiple roles with the grace of an Olympic ice skater. One minute she's a cutting-edge professional, the next she's a nurturing caregiver, then she's your personal stand-up comedian making you laugh until your sides split. This perfect woman is like a chameleon blending into whatever the situation demands. She's a master juggler, keeping the balls of work, home, and personal care in the air with a finesse that would put the most seasoned circus performer to shame. But beware, gentlemen. This lean, thick, silky, and slippery creature is no pushover. She's as resilient as a rubber band, bouncing back from adversity with a tenacity that's awe-inspiring. Don't let the silky hair and slippery persona fool you. She's a warrior, a survivor, a beacon of strength wrapped in a package of softness. So, that's our definition of a woman. Lean, thick, silky, and slippery. Sounds like a shampoo commercial, doesn't it? Picture this. A young lady confesses to a man that she used to be a porn star and wants to start over. His response? You won't believe it. The young woman, let's call her Jane, approaches this man. Let's call him Bob. Jane's heart is pounding, her palms are sweaty, but she's determined to turn over a new leaf. She squares her shoulders, looks Bob in the eye, and says, Bob, I've got something to tell you. I used to be a porn star, but that life is behind me now. I want to start fresh. Would you take me in your life? Bob, who had been sipping his coffee, chokes and coughs. His eyes widen and he stares at Jane, his mind whirling like a hamster on a wheel. He sets his coffee down, clears his throat, and says, Jane, I appreciate your honesty, but no way. You've got highway mileage on you. Now, for those of you scratching your heads, this is Bob's hilarious, albeit slightly misguided way of referring to Jane's past. His analogy likens Jane's past to a used car that's been driven a lot on the highway. It's got a lot of miles on it, and Bob, well, he's looking for a car fresh off the assembly line. Jane, understandably, is taken aback. She's just laid her soul bare, and Bob's response is to liken her to a used car with highway mileage. But Bob, ever the comedian, can't help but see the humor in the situation. He chuckles, winks at Jane, and says, At least you've got a lot of experience, right? And there you have it, folks. The tale of Jane, the ex-porn star looking for a fresh start, and Bob, the man who hilariously equates a woman's past to highway mileage. A story that's as funny as it is absurd, reminding us that life is full of unexpected twists and turns. So remember, folks, when life gives you lemons, make sure they don't have highway mileage. In the world of men and women, there's a hidden game going on. It's called great compensation. And guess who's winning? Now, don't be flustered. We're not talking about salary negotiations here. Oh no, this compensation is far more intriguing and certainly a lot more entertaining. This is about the balance of power in relationships. And in this game, ladies, you're the undisputed champs. Picture this. A guy walks into a relationship, his only contribution being his questionable charm and an uncanny ability to misplace his socks. Meanwhile, the woman is there, armed with patience, emotional intelligence, and the magical ability to remember every single anniversary. Seems fair, right? Now, before all the men out there start feeling slighted, let me clarify. This isn't a critique, it's an observation. And a hilarious one at that. Ever noticed how a woman's "I'm fine" is equivalent to a man's 10-page, single-spaced thesis on his feelings? That, my friends, is what we call great compensation. And here's the punchline. In this game, men can actually score points. How, you ask? Well, it's as easy as appreciating the effort. A simple thank you can go a long way. Remembering her favorite ice cream flavor? You've just earned yourself a gold star, buddy. But wait, there's more. The real jackpot is when a man learns to anticipate and reciprocate. That's right, gentlemen. The secret to winning the great compensation is not about taking advantage, but about stepping up your game. So, if you find yourself in a relationship where she's always the one adjusting her schedule, or picking up your laundry, or choosing the less spicy food because she knows that's how you like it, maybe it's time to start compensating a bit yourself. And no, buying the latest gaming console because it's for us, babe, doesn't count. Nice try, though. So, gentlemen, next time you're in a relationship, remember, it's all about the compensation. There are certain words in our society that we use a lot but never say, and others that we say a lot but never do. Curious? Let's dive in. Picture this. You're in a bustling city. People are going about their day, and there's a word that's everywhere. It's in the air, it's in the shadows, it's even in the hearts of those who claim to despise it. This word is corruption. It's like a secret social club that everyone knows about, but no one admits to attending. The funny thing is, even though it's such a prevalent part of society, no one really speaks it out loud. It's like Voldemort in Harry Potter, he who must not be named. Only in this case, it's that which must not be spoken. Now switch gears with me for a moment. There's another word, a four-letter one, that's used quite liberally in conversations. It's a favorite among traffic goers and Monday haters, the F word. We toss it around like it's going out of fashion, but how often do we actually do it? I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day, and even if we wanted to, we couldn't possibly... You get the idea. It's an amusing paradox, isn't it? We have corruption, a word that's omnipresent in practice but a taboo to utter, and the F word, a term we freely vocalize but seldom enact. It's like society is playing a game of opposite day and forgot to tell us about it. This irony serves as a mirror, reflecting the hypocrisy of our society. We are quick to verbalize our frustrations, but slow to act on solutions. We silently condone underhanded practices, yet shy away from discussing them openly. It's a comedic tragedy, a slapstick drama, a paradoxical joke that's been going on for far too long. So the next time you say that four-letter word, remember, actions speak louder than words. All right, let's wrap this up with a quick, funny recap of what we've learned today. First, we dove into the age-old battle of the sexes, a conflict that's been raging for about 24 centuries. And what's the most fascinating part? There's never a winner. It's like playing a never-ending game of Monopoly with your overly competitive cousin. You know, the one who always insists on being the banker and mysteriously never runs out of money. Then we explored the elusive definition of the perfect woman. Lean yet thick, silky hair, and a body as slippery as a bar of soap in a jailhouse shower. It's like trying to describe a unicorn or the taste of a rainbow. Can anyone really do it justice? Next up, we had the ex-porn star's proposal, a woman who'd seen more action than a Hollywood stunt double, looking to turn over a new leaf. But the man she approached was having none of it. He compared her to a car with high highway mileage. Ouch! That's like saying, sorry, I prefer my cars fresh off the assembly line, not pre-loved. Then we examined the compensation game. In the marketplace of life, it seems women are dealing out more discounts than a Black Friday sale at Walmart. And men? Well, they're just there with their shopping carts, ready to take advantage. Finally, we pondered over those certain words. Corruption, a word so prevalent we don't even need to say it anymore. It's like Voldemort. It's everywhere, but no one wants to say it out loud. And then there's our favorite four-letter word. It's like the parsley of the English language, sprinkled everywhere, but rarely the main course. And that's a wrap, folks. Remember, life's a joke. The more you laugh, the better it gets.